Is it me you're looking for? Right. Yep. 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 Hello. Okay. Doesn't look like stream alert. Doesn't look like stream alert is doing. We got 2 in a row, and then the bot has given up the ghost. So that's fine. Not a problem. We're back because just wanted to finish this off. We've had some food. We talked to Grandpa. We are all set. So we are going to do the final level. Hopefully figure out, you know, I mean, or die trying. We are going to make this arcade a success, and we've already been shot, so, you know. It's, you know, not like things could get really much worse. I mean, you know, that Deco Palace guy is trying to sabotage our new arcade. We literally got shot because of it. However, the reviewer, who I'm thinking that, you know, it's probably that interaction was going to go wrong, whatever way we did it. Her kid, who was, I assume, causing trouble. I figure, you know, whatever way we did it, that interaction was not going to go away she wanted. So, yeah. She's given us a week, and, you know, it's going to take us a couple of days just to recover from a gunshot wound, and we're going to be on crutches. So, you know, a week may seem generous, but honestly, I mean, you know, considering we literally just got shot and we're in the hospital, it's not very long. So let's load up the final level. We'll also hopefully get our friendship achievement. We did say at the beginning we were not interested in romance. We have followed that through. And hopefully we'll get a nice, respectful ending of that. I imagine so, because there's an achievement for it, but, you know, it's been nice to be able to play this as a, you know, agender arrow ace person and make lots of nice friends. Level 8. Kill screen. I mean, you know, the title of this level is not concerning at all. Not concerning at all. Yeah. No, it's very concerning. I put my T in the wrong thing. It is the distant future year 20XX and fluffing my blanket. Oh, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky to make it to 20XX plus 1 at this rate. I've had my strand of fate twisted back and forth so often it feels like it could snap at any moment. Mired in depression and a supposed family curse, then lifted up by my amazing time at the Funplex, slammed back down by Dekunami, raised up again by the Arcade Spirits Project, and now descending further due to a series of bad coincidences culminating in a Pier 6 brawl in which I got shot. But today, I'm back to Arcade Spirits and ready to work despite being on crutches. Normally I have to mentally filter out the bleeps and bloops of a busy arcade, but not today. Aside from our regulars, nobody's here. Not exactly the sight I wanted to see on my grand return after heroically taking a bullet to the leg. We're 3 days into this ambitious experiment and it's already looking like a bust. Even with a reprieve from Mrs. Defame, we couldn't hush the event up completely. The news of gang violence at a local arcade spread over social media like wildfire. Gavin had filled me in on all the details I missed while I was passed out. By the time the cops got here, both gangs were long gone and the ghost monsters wiped our security footage on the way out the door. No arrests made, no evidence remaining. The only plus side, Sue and her ghost monsters apparently never came back, but even without them actively causing problems, that single day managed to smash our reputation. It's just so disappointing, frustrating, unreasonable, fucked up, unfair. You know, I'm gonna go with disappointing. I believe Arcade Spirits could be a welcoming home for gamers, but if they won't even set foot in the door, they'll never see for themselves. Sad story. Anyway, I'm excited to be able to finish this off today. I wasn't quite sure what to do with myself anyway, and you know, it was either that or go waste 5 hours watching TikTok. Honestly, I'm exhausted, so, you know, brain switchy off. But reading this is kind of invigorating, so I'm hoping, you know, it'll be good. Forgot to upload yesterday's VOD, so it's processing in the background along with today's VOD. But usually I would be slightly more prepared and it would already be processed so it could be published. Oops. But yeah, it's just been one of those weeks in which there has been a lot of peopling, but a lot of specific type peopling that is exhausting, because as much as I try, I have to mask. I don't think the world's ready for unmasked Joe. At least not yet. It's going to take a while at a new job before I can feel like I can do that again. Which means that I'm going to be more tired assuming I get a new job, I'm going to be more tired for the next few months. But on the other hand, my last day is on Wednesday, and then I'm heading up north to spend some time with my grandpa, which is always nice and relaxing. We don't do too much, mostly talk, watch crime shows and sleep. we often found napping together in the lounge and as of an afternoon, which, you know, I think I probably need. But yeah, it's I don't know, just please send good wishes and good luck for the job that I'm really excited about. I really think it's a good fit for me, and that I would be totally awesome at it. I just don't know if they feel the same way, because I can't tell. And yeah, I guess I'm feeling a little bit like Ari right now. Just sort of disappointed that things have ended and looking for that new beginning. But mostly just exhausted. So, we're going to find out what happens. We're going to make some lifelong friendships. And then we'll be set up ready to tackle the new challenges later in the month. The game, the new challenges, it's TNC Arcade Spirits 2. Not literally new challenges, though, you know, I'm ready to tackle new challenges. Always up for a challenge me, unless it's a particularly annoying platformer, in which case then I'm just going to be really frustrated at it. You know me and platformers. I mean, I'm not actually that bad at them. It just depends on how forgiving they are and how glitchy, I guess. That was the thing with Relicta, is it wasn't a good platformer. It was a good puzzle game, it wasn't a good platformer. And the fact that it had platforming elements just made it really frustrating, because they didn't do them particularly well. At least with Entropy, aside from the running into the jump pad 17 million times, it's not been too bad. Just takes a little bit of setting it up in the right place, but I can do it, which means that it's at least a decently designed platform part of the puzzle game. There's been none that I've thought, God, I can't do this. So, yeah. But, you know, I like having my point and clicks and my non-platforming puzzle games and my visual novels and my FMVs. You know, they make me happy. And I'm babbling. And no one's here to hear me babble, so I can just babble. But yes, well, hopefully everyone's had a good weekend. I don't know what happened to mine. It disappeared. I did get at least a decent night's sleep last night, which was good. I am slightly concerned by the green planet. I think that must be a music video. But yeah, I still believe Arcade Spirits could be a welcoming home for gamers. But if they won't even set foot in the door, they'll never see for themselves. I put in all this work, all this love to make my dream arcade. All my friends did the same, and to see it all evaporate in a single day is just so incredibly disappointing. I honestly don't know how we can recover from this. If we could only get the good word out, somehow correct this PR disaster. Seated behind the ticket desk with my crutches propped up nearby. Light duty only for a week minimum, doctor's orders. I mean, yeah, I tried to mentally detangle this mess. Hey Iris, are we? Yes, we're still trending negatively on social media, like the last 7 times you asked. Any luck with our security camera footage then? Anything we could give to the police, it might help our public image to have someone to point blame at. Nope. It's totally wiped and my fire recovery system's failed. I guess that's to be expected when going up against cybercriminals. Like, they've even avoided bad press from the shooting. I haven't spotted the word ghost monsters in any of the articles I've found about the attack. It's like they're ghosts. Well, not literally ghosts. I mean, they just clean their tracks very effectively. Yeah, I got that. We did see them in their corporeal form, remember? At least that whole mess seems to be behind us. Now we just need to dig our way out of this hole. I sigh heavily as the burden sinks into my lungs, and before I can groan further, I hear footsteps approaching me. I lock my phone and pocket it before seeing who it is.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you back in action. Hardly back in action. I'll probably be glued to the stool all day long. Lovely view, though, isn't it? Can see the whole, crowd. Not a very crowded crowd, mind you. It's a bit quiet today, isn't it? Entirely too quiet. Disquietingly quiet. Yeah, business hasn't been terrific since the shooting. Well, the bar's doing reasonably well. Granted, much of that is Gavin drinking himself silly. Lots of worry drinking going on in general, really. But we're not worried. Oh no, far from it.
Always have a plan, right?
Because we know Ari, and Ari always has a plan. Presumably always has a plan. We'd love to know what that plan is, though. If only to verify its existence. Quite right, quite right. Honestly, I'm not sure. I guess it's time to do some good old-fashioned PR work. Shake hands, kiss babies. Kiss hands, shake babies.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Of course, we have a limited window of time to pound the pavement in. Before the banks start asking for some money. We don't want that, no. If you want to wash our reputation clean before time runs out, well, suppose you'll need a miracle. Pretty miracles don't just walk in the door. Cue the miracle? No. Hold that thought, we've got a customer. Hello, welcome to... That's not a miracle. That is a disaster waiting to happen. Good morning. Well, would you look at the time? Yes, we need to go get the bar open. Right, toodles. Toodaloo. I stood in silence and shock. I tried telling myself that this was just a bad fever dream from my wound, but no such luck. This was 100% real. Subterfuge. How you doing? I watch as Deku takes a look around the arcade, his smug grin ever present. I see his eyebrows arch as he takes note of the people, or rather the lack of the people here playing games.
Such a shame. Such a shame.
It seems you've had an unfortunate run of luck lately, Mixcada. Not an unexpected one, however. I did warn that this would likely be the result of trying to go your own way. This can be a very unforgiving industry, as you've learned. Well, I didn't expect you to get shot, at least. I'm glad to hear the wound was minor and that you'll recover. I apologize for not sending flowers.
Am I not generous?
I hope you realize that I was only looking out for your interests when I made my job offer, Mixcada. You're a promising young talent, and it's a shame to see it go to waste. This doomed venture. No, Can't handle this, not today. What do you want, Mr. Nami? If you need tokens, the change machine's over there.
A pity, is it not?
Tokens? How quaint. Still no swipe cards, eh? Sadly, I'm not here to participate in your sad attempt at an esports community. Really, how can you hope to compete with so few games, such meager prizes?
No. I'm here to make one final offer.
Oh, sorry.
If you sign over ownership of this arcade to me, I'll spare your careers. Yes, even Miss Fairchild and Miss Wolf. I'm sure I can find something for them to do at one of my facilities. I want to support your rising star. That's what I've always wanted. We've had our differences along the way, but I want us to overcome them and thrive. But this is your last opportunity. I'll not extend my hand in friendship again. If you don't agree to my terms, I'll stand idle and watch as everything burns down around you. You have my word on that.
Okay, obviously I want to say no to this fabulous offer. But at what point do I cut my losses? Miss Francine believed in dreams, but she also believed in practicality and trade-offs. Am I ready to give up everything so I have something resembling a future? We're going to drop a save. Not that we're going to, give up. But, no. Of course I'm not giving up. I mean, seriously, I had so many opportunities to jump ship prior to this. Why would I bail this close to the end? I mean, the last one he might actually say, cool, done. I am thinking I'll be polite because we don't want to die in our sleep. I'm sorry, but Arcade Spirits is my dream. The dream I share with all my friends. There's no way I can sell out that dream. I appreciate the offer, but I must decline. I see. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I'd say I admire your dedication and optimism, but honestly, I don't. Real life rarely rewards the optimist until you learn how to approach life in pragmatic fashion. I'm afraid you're destined for failure time and time again. But as you like, it's your decision to make.
So be it.
I guess I'll just have to settle for buying the burned out husk of your business once it ultimately collapses around you. I think you underestimate the damage being associated with the criminal element can do, Mixcader. It's enough to ruin even the mightiest of arcades. Cool, well you've just given me a plan then. And I doubt that the ghost monsters have forgotten you. They will return, and they will make matters far worse for you. And immediately I take notice. Play it cool, don't let on, just test the waters. Really? Ghost monsters? I thought that gang was called Lovely Chainsaw or something.
A foolish fool.
Yes, ghost monsters. Sadly, they insist on naming themselves after that absurd ancient video game reference. All the childish, immature. He shakes it off quickly enough, refocusing on me. But enough banter. I believe I'll take my leave. I'll not see you again, Mixcader. I'll let the lawyers handle purchasing what little will remain of you. Good day. Did you get that recorded, Iris? Once he's out of earshot and well beyond the confines of the arcade, I pull out my phone to verify something. Iris, you checked all the news articles about the shooting, right? Oh, yeah. Yes, I've analysed them all. Did you need me to pull up a specific one? Just to confirm something for me. The ghost monsters were never mentioned by name in any of them, right? Yes, it seems Sue's friends are good at covering their tracks. Why? This is it. This is the chance we need. Admittedly, it's a slim chance, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Message everyone. I'm calling another Waitervenspiracy.
Hooray!
You're all fired up. Okay, message is sent. I'll need everyone's help to fill in the gaping holes in my plan, but at least now I have a plan. It's time for one last-ditch effort to save Arcade Spirits. Ben and Matt's bar in the back of the arcade proved a perfect meeting place. The group crowded around a table, pulling up stools ready to talk. Refreshments, anyone? Mead, perhaps. Didn't Vikings drink mead before going off to war? I'm good, thanks.
Definitely.
I'll take a lemonade. Close enough, right? This was it. This was where we make our last stand. I looked around the room at everyone, at all my friends, and nodded to each of them, determinably. Okay, I know things are rough, but I've got, let's say, a good 60 to 80% of a plan for how we can turn things around. Like, we can all agree what happened wasn't our fault. Yes, someone else screwed us over. Every problem we face could be traced back to them. The ghost monsters and lovely chainsaw may be to blame, but the court of public opinion puts the blame squarely on our shoulders. Our venue is tainted by their actions. We can cry foul all we like, but if there's even a chance of violence returning to our doorstep, it'll keep customers away. It's a real bummer. We haven't seen any families here since opening day. Parents just aren't willing to take their children somewhere that's known to be dangerous. Actually, I wasn't talking about the gangs. Today, I learned who our true enemy is, and that person is Dekonami. Now, it's sour grapes blaming the competition. We don't blame other donut shops when our sales are down, or if our dough doesn't rise. Yes, that's a much better pun. Earlier when he was taunting me, he slipped up, mentioning the ghost monsters by name. Except those hackers keep their noses clean. They left us no proof that they were even involved thanks to our security cameras being wiped. The cops didn't go after them. The news didn't identify them. So, how did Deco know about them? Answer: Deco hired the ghost monsters to ruin our opening day.
What?
Seriously? In hindsight, it should have been obvious. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Far too many coincidences to be otherwise, and the fact that they only started wreaking havoc once Mr. Fame showed up to bear witness. I can see what you're throwing down, Ari. Sue and her friends didn't seem awful at first. I remember talking to Clyde. They were nice and friendly. And then Mr. Fame showed and... Wait, do you think Mr. Fame is involved? Considering she was willing to hold back her review, I don't think she's knowingly involved. But Deco may have gotten wind she'd be showing up and took advantage.
What if?
But you don't think Deco would stoop that low, right? Hiring some random street gang to mess with us, would he? Oh, he would. He's a spiteful bastard. Of course he tried to ruin our opening day. The only reason he didn't destroy Miss Francine was out of some weird gentlemanly respect for a fella elder business owner. But to Dekonami, Ari is basically pond scum. Thanks. To be fair, I doubt he orchestrated the bullet-ridden finale of the evening. That pushes plausibility. True, he wouldn't have even needed a shooting to ruin us. The negative review alone would have done the job. Being even slightly associated with a gang would have been awful. If Mrs. DeFame reported us as a hotbed of teenage chaos, a living reenactment of Lord of the Flies, it'd spell doom even without bullets flying around. I guess we're lucky she held her review back. The problem is, we have no proof of this, do we?
Bummer.
No way to tie. Hey, Jesse, thank you for the resub. Are you multi-streaming? I'm just going to go thumbs up because you're probably not listening. And a little heart. Which you can't see because, yeah. But anyway, thank you for the resub. You can look back on this VOD afterwards and see. You're streaming right now. You are streaming something called Metal Helsinger. Yes, it's Quantum, which is lots of fire from what I can see on stream. I think it has something to do with it. At least that's what I can gain from the conversation. I have to like hit to the beat or something, but mostly it just seems like a lot of fire. No way to tie Deku back to the ghost monsters other than him slipping up and mentioning them to Irie. I doubt he'd ever admit to this on the record. Iris hasn't been able to dig up any digital evidence, although there's our eyewitness testimony, which should be enough to warrant some investigation. But for some reason that doesn't seem to be enough for the police. I know a few of the local cops and how they think. If they're not looking into the ghost monsters, odds are they're actually looking into the ghost monsters quietly, which admittedly doesn't help us in clearing our name. It's too much to hope that Deco simply confesses to orchestrating the entire incident that ruins us.
Come on!
That slimy bastard's not getting away with this. I'll beat the truth out of him if I have to. We'll call that Plan 2. Plan B. As amusing as that would be, I wouldn't suggest it, love. We need to be smart about this and undermine him rather than take the direct approach. You mentioned having most of a plan, Ari. Care to elaborate? Well, if Deku won't confess his sins, we need the next best thing. We need his henchmen to flip on him. See, I sense some tension from Deku about the ghost monsters. He called them childish and immature. There may be some bad blood between them. How about we break up their partnership? My plan is to track down the ghost monsters, get them to turn on their employer, and confess to their crimes. As the media hears it from Sue herself that the incident was all thanks to Deku's scheming, it'll clear the good name of Arcade Spirits. This plan is foolproof. I'm answered with a myriad of blank stares and blinks. Don't everyone congratulate me at once now. Okay, so this isn't really me criticizing, but your plan, kind of sucks.
I don't know.
You want us to track down a bunch of hackers we already can't find and then ask them to politely betray the guy who's paying them a lot of money? Between this and the shooting, I'm worried your health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof, Ari. That's why I said it was maybe 60% of a good plan. Look, we don't have a lot of options, people. Right now, the only ones who can save us are the ones who ruined us. Deku and Sue. I'm confident that if I can find Sue and talk to her, I can get her to see reason. It's true. Ari's willing to give them another chance and hear out their side of things before. Sue really seems to like Arcade Spirits. If there's some disagreement between her and Deku about our arcade, that could be why. Exactly. I think I can get through to her if I try. It hinges on our ability to find Sue, find an unfindable bunch of ghosts, ones even Iris can't track down, and that's where you all come in. All options on the table. I want to hear your ideas for how we find Deku's hired goons. Guns is appropriate in this situation. Let's fill in the other 40% of my plan and make this happen. And awkward glances back and forth are all I get in return. I get why they're concerned. This is the slimmest of hopes and narrowest of margins. Let's get them to follow me on a hunch. I know this can be done. I know we can get Sue to give us the dirt we need to clear our name. Heck, some days it feels like all I can do is talk my way through problems. That's my one special skill. I'm going to rely on it for this final conflict. Now, if we could just find her. For that, I need their help, and that means I need to motivate them like a true leader would. Okay. I feel like we need to go for the gutsy one. What are we going to do? Lay down and die? It's becoming our second strongest personality trait. What are we going to do? Lay down and die then? Decide it's too much trouble to save Arcade Spirits? Deku tried to buy this arcade not half an hour ago. I sent him packing because I believe in what we've made. Because I believe we can win. We've fought so hard to get where we are today. I'm going to keep fighting and fighting until I've got nothing left in me. Are you willing to do the same? Ha! You have my sword! And my bow. And my ass. Oh, I love you all. Wait, no, axe. Damn it, I always get that one wrong. Nice Lord of the Rings reference. And that would be my three strongest friends there. That get to do that little chant. That was awesome. Everyone nods in agreement, and I could even see some smiles start to appear. We're all on board. Now, just to determine the how of the plan. Decision. Finding the ghost monsters.
Perhaps.
At the risk of stating the obvious, why don't we talk to the police about this? They've proven unhelpful so far, but if we go down to the station and fully explain our situation, we might be able to gain the information we need. I feel this would be a reasonably steady course of action.
No can do.
I'm not certain about showing up and just asking for them to open their files to us, but you're correct, the police have the information we need. Except cybercrime is a sticky situation. You have to control leaks. If they're looking into the ghost monsters, they won't just tell us outright. The key is talking to the right people. So, steady. Yeah, we want something that's going to go for kindly and gutsy. And maybe a wee bit basic. We're not really a steady or quirky kind of person. We've done some. The key is talking to the right people. I know most of the cops at Ben and Matt's Donut Shop by name, and I know one friendly officer that'll help us.
Nope.
Okay.
No way.
Why get the cops involved? We already know someone who's got an axe to grind against Sue and her buddies, or rather, a chainsaw.
Ooh.
That's right, Queen Bee, we can ask the lovely chainsaw gang. They'll be easier to find and we'll probably be thrilled to divulge all the dirt they have on the ghost monsters. That sounds dangerous. Or they'll carve us up with switchblades, could go either way. I'll admit this is a super gutsy move, but if we pull it all off, we don't need to involve the authorities at all. Okay, so that's gutsy. Come on, Percy and Naomi, give me a suggestion. No, Percy and Juniper. Interesting. Okay. Alright, this whole situation's a bit too sticky for my liking. Cops and robbers, no thank you. Although the alternative I'm about to suggest may be stickier still. Ari first met the ghost monsters at Deku's palace, yes, they're regulars there, so we investigate Deku's palace to find someone who knows Sue and her mates. If we can find a good friend of hers and make them understand why we need to speak with Sue. I swear, I've done about 16 different accents for Percy during this game. Just can't seem to stick to one. I don't think I've heard much of his narration for it to stick in my head. Well, we're already on to somewhat good terms with Sue, thanks to Ari remaining diplomatic about all this. We should keep that going. I think I'd attract too much attention if I went to Deku's palace. I show my face around there, it's going to raise some questions. But my face wouldn't. Deku doesn't owe me. I was a Funplex adjacent rather than a Funplex regular. And I think the last time I set foot in Deku's palace was years ago, so I could wander freely with Juniper. Yeah, we could slip in and ask around about Sue without anyone even noticing. I'd say this kindly strategy is an honest appeal to those who might know her. What could be more cordial?
Definitely.
Okay, I like kindly though. I actually kind of like the gutsy one as well. I don't really like particularly talking to the police idea. They haven't been helpful so far. Otea does know someone who might be. I mean, they've got merit. She's got a single friend in that place. I'll find them. It's a daring mission in enemy territory, but for you, Ari, I'll do it. Okay, so now we're going to get Naomi. What are you looking at me for? I don't have any ideas. I mean, well, you could try Googling for her accounts. I'm reasonably sure Iris already tried that. Iris? Yep. I even used Yahoo, Bing, AltaVista, and Webcrawler. I have no idea what half of those are. Okay, but that's not really what I meant. I mean checking online forums for arcade enthusiasts. She loves arcades, right? She may have an account there. Been rejoining online communities lately to try and open up to like-minded folks and socialise a bit more on my own terms. She's got to be lurking around one of those places. Oh wait, I know. We can't passively search for her, we can actively call her out. As much as I hate internet trolls, they do get results. If we taunt the ghost monsters online, well, I'm positive Sue's the sort of person who looks herself up constantly, right?
A winner is you.
Of course, and with my help we can establish fake accounts to spread the message so far and wide she can't miss it. I suggest we use a public internet access point, though, to keep it from being traced back to arcade spirits. Ooh, road trip. Road trip! I can tell from Gavin wincing at this he's not a fan. But he's not a fan of Iris in general, so...
Good work.
I like this plan, Miss Naomi. It's pretty quirky, but it might just work. I did say I wanted options. E-gods. Involving the cops after all the semi-shady things we've done is risky. So is provoking a rival gang of armed hooligans. So is infiltrating Deku's palace. So is, okay, posting a few troll messages isn't that risky given how many social media companies actually adore trolls and nurture them for advertising dollars, but it could annoy Sue. What's the best path forward? But before I can decide, Juniper raises her hand. Those sound great, but Ari, you're still recovering from an injury. The less moving around you do, the more likely you'll heal nice and quick. You can't go gallivanting around the city chasing down rumours about the ghost monsters today. I'm just on crutches. I'm not in an iron lung or anything. I'm still mobile. Light duty only. Doctor's orders, remember? But I have a solution to this conundrum. It's simple and super effective. Let us do this for you. You've had to tackle all these problems since joining the Funplex by yourself. Why not step back and let us handle this one? Well... okay, but I need to be there when we finally confront Sue. While you're out and about, I guess I'll get some rest so I'm ready for tonight. Sound good? Sounds good. These are my friends. I trust them entirely. So now the only question is, which plan do I want to give my RE seal of approval? I mean, to be fair, all of them aren't bad. Obviously, those two match the middle two match my personality traits. Just got a message from Dominique going, I was doing a test stream and my mic was off, but thank you for the raid earlier. Bless her. It did say test stream. I wasn't expecting much. I just wanted somewhere to send people. Lady Magritte. We are currently making a decision about how we want to track down a bunch of ghosts. Not actual ghosts, hacker type ghosts. Last episode I got shot. So, I think the police is not the greatest idea. I kind of think, although it doesn't really massively fit with my people that I've been cultivating, except for my roommate. We want my roommate to like me. But it does fit with my personality, that the kindly approach, considering we did try and save Sue's life, and we did try and give her a second chance, the kindly approach might be better. So we're going to go with this one. Oh, did I save? I didn't. Let's drop a save because, you know, just in case things go wrong. Nah, we're not going to come back, but I like dropping saves because then if I wanted to replay this offline, I can. Let's go with the kindly approach, even though it's not massively 100% on, you know, aligned with the people. That's because we don't have a thing for Juniper. I've got the hiccups. We don't have a thing for Juniper. I mean, we have a thing for Juniper. She's our roommate. That's not what I meant. We don't have a bar for Juniper. She's our roommate. She's a romanceable option, but we're not going down that route this game. But kindly is our primary trait, so that's where I'm going with that one. I think our best bet is to keep things quiet, not involve the police or criminals, not troll the internet, just ask around for some of Sue's friends. Juniper, Percy, you two head off to Deku's palace and see what you can learn. It's less likely to backfire. At worst, you get arrested for loitering around the place, or you get your butts kicked by security, I guess. Right. We'd best move along then. You can count on me, Ari. That's right. They could count on me always. Ari and I have been friends for years and would be BFFs for many years to come. I knew I'd be by their side for forever and a day. Okay, so I wouldn't be by their side today. I'd be at Deku's palace looking for clues like a teenage mystery sleuth, but I was by their side in spirit. Ari is always solving all these problems for their other friends at the arcade, always going on crazy adventures and getting into trouble. All while I stayed on the sidelines. But now it's time for Juniper's Day in the sun. Or Juniper's Day under the fluorescent tube lighting anyway. Never been to Deku's palace before. I went to Las Vegas once though, and this place very much resembled a bad off-strip casino. Pulsating lights flashing everywhere, the constant chirps from the games, and not to mention that heavy smell like greasy fried chicken. That'd be the restaurant. Not a pleasant aroma, is it? I notice you wrinkling your nose. I don't really like junk food. I mean, it's all you can swing when you're poor and don't have much free time, but I prefer cooking proper meals myself, you know. But the target demographic of Deco's Palace adores anything deep-fried and or coated in sugar, you see. So have you given any thought to how we'll track down someone who knows our elusive ghostly friends, then? Simple. It's a process of elimination. We're looking for teenagers, right? So we can rule out any kids or adults here. Plus, Sue and her friends are delinquents. We find some young miscreants, we'll find our contact. So you're suggesting we wander up to random dangerous-looking teenagers and just start asking them?
Correctamundo.
It's proof. Yes, well, if I might suggest something a bit more vigorous in terms of a scientific approach. Before Sue and her friends started running wild at Arcade Spirit, she seemed to express an interest in my Mr. Moopy game. Apparently Deco's Palace has a version of the game that she'd already mastered, one which is strikingly different. I think I should start my search there. Perhaps a fellow Moopy aficionado would recognise Sue and be willing to talk about her. Okay, you hang around Moopy. I'll poke around elsewhere and see what I can find. Text me if you hit pay dirt.
Be seeing ya.
Very well. I'll be in touch. I realise his voice is wrong, but... And then an hour passed with nothing. Never made this before. Special. The Ormady diet water, stinky drinky, literally just something the cup. Okay. I asked around, but either no one had heard of Sue or they went kind of quiet and made an excuse to leave after I mentioned her name. Thought about chasing down some of the folks who seem to know something, but maybe I'm just not gutsy enough. I don't get it. Ari makes this thing look so easy. We could just roll up on Deco's Palace, find someone who looks cyberpunky, get the info, bing bang boom, done. Instead I'm nurturing a watery iced tea at a soda fountain and poking at a basket of french fries, after complaining about the greasy junk food, of course. Well, do you? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was asking if you wanted a refill on your iced tea. Oh no, I'm good. Hey, do you know a young woman named Sue by any chance? About this tall lavender hair like Smoopy? I have other customers to attend to, excuse me. Well, poop butts. Maybe I've struck out. I admit I didn't have much of a plan going into this one. I never have much of a plan, really. Couldn't even work up the nerve to leave that awful job until Ari gave me their approval. I couldn't lay out my own plan for my life. Being an independent artist is hard work, but at least now I have something resembling a plan for my life. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. And that's exactly why I admire Ari. Okay, so they need a nudge now and then to get moving, but once they does get the lead out, that is one of those situations where the grammaticals need a bit of a case situation. Nothing stands in their way. I need that kind of energy if I'm going to succeed today. I need to not just sit on my butt eating french fries. I gotta get out there and make this happen. Notification from my phone snatched my attention just as I was getting off my bar stool. Possible lead. Meet me at the Moopy game. This is it, my time to shine. Let's make it happen, Juniper. Six seconds for me to get there. I can see Percy standing near some wedge touchscreen version of Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. She's been played by a little kid standing on a step stool.
I did it!
And if you hit the button, it makes the wizard man eat all the dots. Impressive. You've got wonderful timing, Miss Tia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mister. Miss Tia, this is my friend, Miss Juniper. Juniper, Miss Tia here was telling me all about her best friend, Miss Sue.
What?
She was? Also, I suppose this is slightly dodgy. A old guy chatting up a young kid in an arcade. It's a good thing you called for Juniper. She
Definitely.
was? Yes, I see Sue, right. Okay, this isn't what I expected. I figured any friend of Sue's had to be some rough and cut tumble punk, not like a cute little package of smiles and sunshine. How does the leader of a gang of thugs end up friends with a kindergartner? Still, this is my chance. I had to go for it. Let's see, how would Ari handle introductions? very pleased to meet you and I hope we can be friends. Okay, time to put those years babysitting practice to good use. Hello, Miss Tia. My name is Miss Juniper and I'm very pleased to meet you. I hope we can be friends.
Hello.
I like making friends unless you steal people's prize tickets. Those people are no good. I wasn't planning. Okay, then we'll be friends. Okay, so how do you know Miss Sue? Miss Tia was telling me that her brother is the chap we've come to know as Inky. I see. Is he around right now? The last thing we need is one of the ghost monsters to notice us interrogating his sister for information. No, I'm here with my big sister, but she got bored and went off to talk with her friends and drink milkshakes. We come to this arcade lots and lots. My brother usually ignores me too, but Miss Sue is always very nice to me and tells great jokes. And she loves Muppy. She can make the wizard man eat all the dots every time. She taught me how to do it.
Yay!
You just gotta kick the game here and I'll look all funny for a moment and then munch, he'll eat the dots up. I see. Well, Miss Tia, I was hoping to talk to Miss Sue today. Do you know where she is, or maybe your brother?
It's a secret.
Not supposed to tell nobody. Miss Sue said it was a secret. Okay, Juniper, time to use those powers of persuasion. What are we doing in this situation? Friends with Miss Sue too. Secret's no fun if you don't share it. What if Percy teaches you more movie tricks? Either of those are good. All of those are good. But what would Ari do? Probably be kindly. It's a kid. I wish I could tell her the whole truth and be honest like Ari, but I have to be careful too. Miss Sue sounds like a great person and I'd love to be friends with her too. She knows a lot about games, right? Yeah, Miss Sue knows everything about every game, all of them. I'd like to talk to her about arcades. She visited my favourite arcade recently, but hasn't come back since then. I just want to talk to her about our arcade. And I promised I can keep the secret too. All I want to do is talk. I won't hurt her or anything. Well...
BFFs for life.
I understand you want to protect your friend. That's great. You're a great friend. And we'd like to be great friends too. I don't know. Okay, I'm feeling very weird about tricking a little girl at this point. Harry sent us here so we could be friendly and diplomatic. Even if it was super duper easy to dupe this kid, I should be a little nervous. Miss Tia, the thing is, someone's being very mean to my friend, Ari, and we're hoping Miss Sue can help us. That's really why we want to talk to her. We want to be friends with Miss Sue so she'll help us against this bully. Maybe she won't want to help, but we have to try. Ari believes in being very kind to people. That's why they sent us here, hoping to find someone who's friends with Miss Sue so we can make this all better again. Would you be willing to help us out? If you don't want to, that's okay. We don't understand. Ari? I remember them. They helped me when I lost all my tickets at a birthday party. They made everything better again. Yes! Chapter 1! Coming to, help us this time, not bite us in the ass. I'll help you, and I'll help you and Miss Ari lots. Miss Sue should be friends with a great person like Ari. There's an old, really old arcade where my brother and Sue and their friends all hang out. It's not too far from my home, and it's got so many games in it. Percy gets his phone out and starts trying to figure out the address based on her description of the area. I'm just relieved to be out of the spotlight as he translates from girlies into workable mappies. Says here that it's a warehouse owned by Nostalgia Commodities. It's a super big house with one room and a really tall ceiling and stairs and stuff.
Quite good.
Sounds accurate. Very well, shall we depart? I'm sure Ari is eager to make friends with Miss Sue. Since we're friends and stuff now, Sue isn't really her name, right? Not her whole name, I mean.
It's a secret.
Her name's a secret, so... I can't ask this poor girl to divulge any more secrets. I already feel a bit weird about this. But she motions for me to kneel down anyway so she can whisper it. Her name is... Wow.
Pardon me?
Okay, I gotta go find my big sister. Bye! What was that about? I think I just figured out a lot of what's going on. I'll tell you on the way back to Arcade Spirits. Ooh. Ooh, plot twist. Right. Based off progress through the game, we're just going to have a very quick break here because I've been hydrating, put it that way. So I'll just run a quick ad and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, we should be good. 90 seconds advance means no pre-roll for the next hour, which is always great. Right, so let's continue. Not only did we learn where Miss Sue was hiding out, but we might have just been handled a heck of a plot twist. Related to Deku, maybe? Can't wait to get home and divulge this info to Ari, and now that I think about it, I'm glad I can help out my BFF. Ari means a lot to me. We've been friends for years and hopefully for many more years to come. All we have to do is get past this teensy-weensy little bump on the road, right? Just, stop megalomaniacal arcade Tsar from ruining all our hopes and dreams using nothing more than a street address and a name. But I'm going to do this. Be right there by Ari's side all the way to the end. We win together or we go down together, no other way. Even if I'm kind of hoping for a win. I awake to the sound of pain. Ooh. I awaken to the sounds of pain, more specifically the groans of pain escaping from my own throat. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts a lot, and sleeping on the second-hand employee couch probably not the finest choice for rest. The nap was a definite necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore, and won't for a few weeks to come, but sleep didn't make my muscles any less achy. If anything, I've got a headache on top of it. Joy of joys. You need to hydrate. Probably have some painkillers. But right now I got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. The fate of arcade spirits is what matters the most.
Beep beep.
Mary, you should probably be getting up now. I'm up. Goody. So have you given any thought to how you're going to win over Sue's favour once you go confront her? Well, usually I just kind of stumble through these things and decide stuff like that on the fly.
Ooh.
That's no good. You know those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? What, like where I can't make nice if I'm too impulsive a person? Well, it's not so much that you can't, more than you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People will see right through it. Which is why I've gone for kindly and gutsy. and a little wee bit basic. I mean, yeah, I'm probably more steady, but I was trying something new. And I'm betting Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. Which is probably could do with this sort of indicator in real life, to be fair. Because I wonder if a lot of the times that it doesn't gel is when I'm trying to mask and it's just not quite right. I bet you Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. This will be a super intense identity situation, only one way through. When the time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your highest personality score. That's kindly. I'm okay with that. Oh, not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Ari. I'm just trying to help you make decisions that will save Arcade spirits. And that means being true to your spirit. And what's that mean exactly? According to my calculations, right now your best bet for how to convince Sue is to be kindly. You've done a great job at opening your heart to others and getting them to empathise with you. Do that with Sue and she'll be your friend in no time. And if I don't want to take that approach? It's a bit late to change who you are as a person, Ari. Hi, Nikki. Remember, my numbers and scores only help me understand who you are. Who you are is who you've chosen to be. It's a causal relationship. With the help of your friends, you can maybe get some ideas, nudge around things a little bit until you feel confident taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now.
Hey.
Ooh. You skipped through that accidentally. I think it said, Wakey, wakey, eggs, bakey. See, just hungry. What's up? We did it! We found a little girl that Sue befriended and convinced her to help us. Now we know where to go and who we can expect to find. Specifically, we got Sue's real name. I'm guessing it's not Sue. Oh, it's Sue. Her name's Tsunami. Her name is Tsunami. I mean, I knew it was Deku-Nami, and I just didn't connect the two to make the fun word. I figured she was related to Deku. But, seriously, Tsunami? That's just funny. Yeah, Tsunami? We'd assuming all along that these ghost monsters were gunned for hire, paid off by Deku-Nami to ruin our opening day. But if Sue's actually Deku's daughter... I feel sorry for any kid named after an awful pun. Yes! Would she ever betray her own father? Going to need to be very, very careful. Hopefully she hates the old bastard. Yeah, I think we need to stick to our kindly for now. This could be bad. This could be very, very, very bad. A mercenary hacker could be convinced to betray her boss, but her dutiful daughter would be less likely to do so. Deku didn't seem particularly enamoured of the ghost monsters, though. Even if it means breaking up a family, maybe I can use that to drive a wedge between them. Either way, this just got a whole lot more complicated. Okay, this changes everything. What a twist, huh?
Definitely.
But I'm not worried. I know you. You could talk the pants off a pants-wearing person. Easily. So what if a hired gun is actually the guy's daughter? You're Ari, solver of problems, sorter outer of messes. Generally amazing person. But I'm coming with you just to be safe. You shouldn't go into this alone.
BFFs for life.
You're my best friend in the whole world, and I'm not going to let some evil gang whack you or anything like that. Things go sideways. Otherwise, I'd have to train for years in the secret art of the ninja to avenge your death, and ain't nobody got time for that. Sneaky ninja, you wear loud colours. How'll that work? Yes. Yeah, take to the streets in a roaring rampage of revenge. Okay, let's not think of me as already dead. Yeah, I'm going to go with revenge, because gutsy is one of my other traits. The ghost monsters plug me. I definitely want you to get all dark and edgy and avenge my death in a grim and gritty fashion. I wonder if I look good in a black trench coat with a skull embroidered on the back. Sweetheart, you'd look good in anything. Not going to come to that, though. We'll be fine. I've got faith in you. You've come so far. There's a song there, but I can't think enough of it and apparently can't get the tone. So anyway, you've come so far, gone through too much, overcome so many troubles. You're not going to lose everything you struggled for over this. I've never believed in the so-called family Kada curse. Nope, Kada family curse, and today will prove that I'm right. Still, convincing Sue to flip on her father, that's going to be tricky. Iris told me I only get one chance at this. That I need to go with whatever I do best, but if I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. I'm open to ideas. How would you handle this? She's a kid. You need to live hard and fast and young too. Play around, boast a bunch, show you're not some stuck in the mud like an old man. But, well, you might also consider keeping your cool. Stay level-headed and let her make the first move, then you counter her strategy. Honestly, I could see this either way. I guess it's up to you. What do you think? You can show up Dekunami any day of the week. You can outthink Tsunami any day of the week. Not sure either other way to go. I think we go with Gutsy as an alternate, because it is at least our second trait. Deku's the opposite of cool. If we show Sue we're nothing like her old man, maybe we can win her over, right? That's the spirit. When you're ready to go, come find me. We'll go together and save Arcade Spirits from his horrible, horrible doom. Well, this is it. Either we sort this mess out, or Arcade Spirits crashes and burns. Or I, get killed. That's always an option, considering we're about to go confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I don't even want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise. But, well, this is the end. I should probably have some words with my friends before I march towards doom, if only to get their opinion on how I should approach Sue. Grabbing my crutches, I thump-spring my way out to the arcade proper to track down some of the folks. Let's see, I've already talked with Juniper. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Naomi! Obviously. Naomi will be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her, see how she feels about all this. Hey, it looks like her old workshop. So she's happily tinkering with some old 1980X arcade circuit board. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Ari. Good to see you. Remember when I first met her, she'd jump in surprise if I approached her like this. Seems those days are over. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading out to talk to Sue soon, so I just wanted to talk a bit before I go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do great. All the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've ever been, at least. If anyone can swear to our side, it's you. I mean, look at this. She gestures arms wide to her surroundings. What, your workshop? I mean, Arcade Spirits itself. Look at everything you've built, and how'd you do it? By talking to people, helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. That's just me, Naomi, an ordinary person with a big heart. You know, little old me. Big heart, and I wear it on my sleeve, but it's up to others to decide if they want to do the same and join me. So far it's worked out okay, but tonight I don't know. Maybe I'm not up to this. Tonight, Sue will see your heart and know you're in the right while her father's in the wrong. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishments, Ari. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall into that trap. So when I say you're a great person, take the compliment. Okay then. So how do you think I should approach Sue? Well, if it was me, not happy with how they ruined our opening day. Honestly, I'm downright miffed about it. I'd probably go at them like a fireball because I'm downright fierce. But I know that probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road is the better path. You've got a steep hill to climb here, making her flip on not only your partner in crime, but on her family. So you're going to have to try and understand her heart. She kept saying she liked her arcade, plain to that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Okay, I'll consider playing nice. Challenging her ego and insulting her is definitely not going to work. Playing nice makes sense. You're right, I'll consider it. Believe me, I kind of want to kick her teeth in, but I know now that's wrong. Even if we're never friends, we have to at least try and understand her. Better get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't going to socket themselves. Even if the arcade ends up closing down. Deciding to be optimistic. You can do it, Ari. Best of luck. Oh, hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? Sure, what's up? What do you think of Gavin? Like, I mean, I know he's a money-grubbing, prize game-loving stick in the mud, but... Well, ever since Arcade Spirits and all of us working together, I don't know, maybe he's softened up a bit. I think you had a good influence on him. Do you think he'd be the kind of person to put old arguments aside and, like, No, we gotta stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Aw! I'm very sad that you're now fixated on Gavin. 'Cause, you know... But hey, that's fine. That's fine. If we don't want a romantic thing, you need to have other options. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Naomi returns to her work. Okay. Yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Definitely need to talk to Ashley. probably talk to everybody, to be perfectly fair. Ashley's wandering around the arcade floor practicing what I can only assume are magical girl final attack sequences. Aren't you out of costume for that? Ashley finishes up a twirl before addressing me.
Nah.
You can take the magical girl out of the outfit, but you can't take the magical girl out of your heart. Plus, I'm practicing for the final boss fight. Aren't you ready? Ari, you take role-playing games, right? Doesn't this feel... I've got the hiccups now. Doesn't this feel like you're about to enter the final boss fight, like in every RPG ever? Look, you've gathered up all your team members, see also us, your friends. And we're all hunkered down in a damp, dark cave, see also arcade spirits. Now we're having this epic, sentimental chat about winning or losing. Couldn't be more spot on.
What if?
Well, I do wonder what class you've been, Ari. As long as Sue doesn't metamorphosize into a six-winged floating half-torso of a monstrous Gregorian chants play in the background, I think I can handle it. Speaking of which, how are you going to handle it? I have a few options floating around in my mind, but I was checking in with others to see what they recommend. If it was me trying to take down the final boss, I would give in to Sue's spunk and sass. Make it a bizarre final fight by playing to Sue's sense of adventure, joke around with her. Maybe if we match up her antics with ours, we might just best her at her own silly game. I don't think mischief is the way to go. It's not our strength anyway. Sue likes games, but not being the butt of her own game. I'm not sure leaving it up to Justin Japes is the best way to tackle Sue. While she seems to like fun of games, she's a real threat to arcade spirits. There's got to be a better way. I just know what I know, which is final boss fights. But I also know something else, which is to always trust Ari.
Yes!
Whatever you end up doing, I know you're going to save arcade spirits and consequently us all. Isn't that a little too hopeful? There's a very real chance I can fail this. This isn't some game. This is real life. Of course I realise that. I've got to have hope. Believe in you even if you don't believe in yourself. And here's where I get really sappy. Ever since you came to the Funplex on that day, you've affected us all. You've changed all our lives. And mine. For the better, of course. I've been watching you grow and change into this person before me. You've inspired me to do the same, to become the person I want to be. So Ari, no matter what happens in there, I just know that you've made friends in here. Friends that'll last a lifetime. I'm so happy to call you my friend too! Ashley, you showed me the ropes on how to be a floor attendant. Without your guidance in those early days, I think I would have gotten eaten alive. True. I remember Gavin and Naomi being particularly hungry that day. But seriously, floor attend, ow! Friends gotta stick together. Sorry, I just wrenched my shoulder. Stretching. Yeah, great. And just so you know, you've been a tremendously amazing friend. Ashley twiddles her fingers for a second, then deviates from the seriousness. Well, I know you've got things to do before the big fight. Just make sure you're stocked up on potions and don't forget to have the correct weapons equipped. All I have is this crutch. Did you see the stats on it, though? Crutches do double damage to pesky teenagers. Good to know. And Ashley? Yeah, Ari? Thanks for being so bright in this dark hour. You got it, friend. Now go out there and kick all the butts. Okay, so... it only really levels it up when we agree with our actions. But hey, we just talk to everyone, right? But let's do it in the order of people we like. Obviously, Queen Bee is playing Fist of Discomfort, right? I make my way to the FOG cabinet and I'm in no way surprised to see her playing. Although this time it's without the fancy rig and camera setup. It's just her.
Come on!
Nah, I hate playing against the AI. It's no challenge at all. I could do this with my eyes closed. Hey kid, jump in here and be my opponent. I know better than to do that, Queen Bee. You'd pulverise me inside and out. I'll be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end. Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deku family. Huh? Queen Bee definitely hits a button combination, which officially takes out her AI enemy. Removing herself from the cabinet, she pulls at her jacket, straightening it out. And she's got a new one now. Yeah, much better. I'm imagining you going to Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns blazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, and challenging Sue to one final showdown. What do you think? I'm thinking that's a bad idea. I think you've been talking too much with Ashley. Her imagination's rubbing off on you. Listen, Sue's a gamer. We know she's got a bit of a competitive streak, right? Be confident and throw down your best shit talk. She won't be able to fight against it. She'll easily see we're superior to Daddy Dearest. I mean, we were going for Gutsy as an option. I shall show Sue my first-rate moxie and take her down. You're right, Queen Bee. Once Sue sees my guts, and hopefully not my literal guts, she won't be able to do anything but side with me. Kid, I believe in you. As one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, I endorse you. Yeah, and we're back with Queen Bee being top again. But yeah, we're trying to be more gutsy. Kindly and gutsy. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. When you first showed up at the Funplex, I thought you were going to be easy fodder for me to crush beneath my heels. Is this supposed to make me feel better? Hold on a minute, kid. Let me finish. But as I got to know you, you aren't just another fan. You are true friends. Sometimes when I'm frustrated, I look to you for inspiration. Me? But I'm just Ari.
Not bad.
Yeah, right. Watching you overcome your fears and fight for arcade spirits, it makes my soul burn. Makes me realize I can overcome anything too. Even my most hardcore battles. So when you go in there tonight, don't have a doubt. You're a badass person. Even more badass friend. Thanks, Queen Bee. I am fucking awesome. Nah, F yeah. When you put it like that, I am pretty badass. Probably the most badass friend you got. Isn't that right, Queen Bee? Oh, stop, kid. Just splitting my sides. But seriously, I'm glad to have you as a friend. Okay, can't handle more of this mushy friendship talk. It's going to ruin my reputation as the most radical person here, and we can't have that. Don't think anyone believes you are less than radical.
Hey,
Thanks, kid. Now go do your thing. Also, don't forget to kill him dead tonight. I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I meant that literally, not figuratively. Ta. Yeah, so basically it seems like if you like their suggestion, it gives you a +1, and then if you respond with the appropriate personality quirk with them when they talk about being a friend, it gives you another +1, which we did not do correctly with Ashley then. But, you know, we gel with her slightly less than the other two. Find Gavin leaving over the arcade floor behind the ticket desk. Seems he was expecting me. So, our complications have developed complications. Hey kitty. How you doing? Seems to be the case. You'd like my advice on the matter. Seems to be the case. Be clear with Sue, be honest, and be ready to rise to whatever challenge she poses to you.
Perhaps.
If you let her make the first move, you can counter-move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use that talent to help her set up her own traps and step in them. Treat her with respect, but in the end she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager, I'd like to believe.
Take this matter seriously.
Excuse me. If you take the situation seriously and approach with a clear mind, I have no doubt you'll win the day. Agreed? I mean, honestly, nothing's going to get above kindly on my thing. I think this is meant so that if you're real close, you can switch. But I can also keep a cool head on to make the first move. Sounds about right. Go in ready to form a strategy based on the conditions on the ground, then play out that strategy with a calm hand. Precisely the way I'd handle it. You know, when you first came to the Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. I'd assume you just fill a seat and do the low-level labour while I focused on higher-order management tasks. So I've largely kept my distance, or tried to at least, out of professional respect. But I can't help but have come to know you over the time we've spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You take an opportunity and run with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either.
Certainly.
But I know that if this is possible, if we can stave off bankruptcy, you'll be capable of doing it. I think we'll just go with thank you, Gavin. Your respect means a lot to me. Because, yeah, as I said, those two, it's more that I really didn't think that Ashley's idea was a good one. But yeah, it's like those two personality traits are never going to get high enough to be a strategy. Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad I've earned your respect. Doing okay. I'm really exhausted. To be perfectly honest, it's been an exhausting week. I don't expect the beginning half of the next week to be much different. But I did want to get this game finished because it's so close to the end. So this is my second stream today. How are you doing yourself, anyway? Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad I've earned your respect, and I worked hard to get us all where we are today, and I don't intend to let any of you down. That I have no doubt. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do Arcade Spirits proud, do us all proud. We're all counting on you, Naomi, especially. I swore to protect her dream once, even if I've been inadequate at the task, unable to truly understand her heart. I hope she can forgive me for my earlier mistakes, now that we're all pulling together for Arcade Spirits. I must admit a fondness. Oh my gosh, yeah. Budding romance. Let me matchmake this if I can. Have you told her that? Well, no, but perhaps I should. Not that I mean to distract you, as you were. Sleepy's going around. Who else do I want to talk to? Let's talk to Percy. I think I spot Percy at the bar. Yep, there he is, having a beer and watching some fighting game turning on the sports channel.
Hello.
Ari, you've heard the news then? That our archenemy is the father of our secondary archenemy? Yep.
Rather unfortunate.
Unpleasant business, that. Simply unpleasant. Wish I could offer you boundless enthusiasm and a show of confidence, but this whole situation's got a rather out of hand, hasn't it? It's a matter of investment. My advice at this stage would be to cash out while you still can. I know you won't, but that's what I'd suggest. Life's short, take it from me. Best to make the most of what you have, rather to lose it all. So apologies for my inability to offer a pep talk. Afraid I'm rather melancholy today. It's okay, Percy. I'll take care of this little problem we're facing. Then I'll hold out hope. I'm not certain as to how you'll do this, but I'll hold out hope nonetheless. That's a great pep talk, dude. Well, how would you do if you're willing to give it a go? Tricky. I don't know how effective it would be, but I try to approach as a friend. Connect with Sue on an individual level. It's going to be difficult, mind you. She's young. She's got something to prove. She has friends she needs to impress. Digging through all that to get to her heart, well, got your work cut out for you, yes? It'd be easy, but I think I could do it. I've been considering taking a gentle approach. Yeah, thanks for the advice, Percy. Anytime, love. No matter what, if this turns violent again, you should take the better part of valor and run for it. You've got your youth and your health. Take it from someone sitting in the Reaper's waiting room. There's no sense hastening that meeting. He always seems to joke about his own short lifespan, even if he's the only one that seems capable of laughing at it. Maybe I should really try and talk to him about this. Look, Percy, about your condition. Okay, can I donate my heart? We love you. We want you to be happy and healthy. Are you sure your condition is truly a death sentence? Can nothing really be done? Percy, we love you. You're part of the Arcade Spirits family. I'd rather have you here with us enjoying Moopy rather than attending your funeral. I know everyone else feels the same way. So are you sure there's nothing left to do? He does seem a bit taken aback at the outpouring of sentiment and pauses before replying.
Well,
I suppose it's not like no stone's gone unturned. There are some options. You are working on beating MXG. Is that a racing game? Sounds like admirable progress. Just don't see the point in taking them. It seems a waste. I'm not all that you seem to think I am, not compared to... So you're saying there are options that could save you? Oh, dirt bike! Excellent. Vroom vroom. Could, maybe, possibly, and I may consider them perhaps, but our focus tonight should be on you, not me. Don't let my situation weigh on your mind, not at this critical moment. I'll hear no more of it, understand? Fine.
lovely.
Now go out there and do right by your friends. Save Arcade Spirits. I've decided to hold out hope after all. Lovely, isn't it? Pip pip. I added in the pip pip. Who else do I want to talk to? We may as well talk to Teo. It's one place I know I'm going to find Teo, and when I get there, he's already on stage, grooving to the beat. It's exactly like the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do you? Even when impending doom is nigh. Even when we're about to go head to head with Sue. I think I may have missed a couple of days when I got the flu once. Seriously, just thinking about you facing off against Deku's daughter worried me the heck out. That's why I helped on Showtime stage, to quell that anxiety. Dancing's a good way to clear the mind and work off any stress. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds and he looks me dead in the eyes. Ari, you don't realise how much you've impacted us all, do you? I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us in our arcades.
Thank you.
We're all super grateful, especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm, even when we tended to break the fire codes. Woo! Today's a lot of gamers gone. I feel like you took the charge for that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew... No, me. I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. You've taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honoured to be your friend. Aww. I not care for my friends. Friends are so important to me. Through the funplex I've made such close ones too. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Without my friends, I'd be lost. And we'd be lost without you, Ari. Lost in the sea of beeps and boops. I smile at Teo. You've got a way to bring up the mood, and right now I could use that brightness. Your words are comforting. But with Teo, with you and everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on that stage and dance. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't stressed. You have every right to be. You have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Harry. What one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's the plan? Still trying to figure that out exactly. What would you do if you were me? Teo takes a minute to really think it over. Sue's still a teenager, right? Very much so. And what do teenagers do best? Rebel? Precisely. And how do they rebel? By doing what they want when they want. They're all about having fun. Appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince you if you act as childish as she will. Ew. She may be young, but she's hardly a child. Sorry, Teo. This isn't like a game of hide and seek. She's smarter and wilder than that. Being silly isn't going to do me any favours on winning her favour. You always know best, Dari. No matter what happens in there, Matteo and his wily crew of dancers always got your back. You're a part of our community after all, and a bond like that never dies. Thanks for always believing in me.
No problem. Show me your moves.
Oh, that was the other way around. Oh, well, we didn't get any more Teo things. But, I need now our lowest one. Oh, well, I mean, we did okay on friendships. We did our best where we could. We're still very much going with kindly. That's our approach. Ready to leave. No sense in putting it off any longer. I talked to everyone that I wanted to, gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. It's time to do this for the sake of my future, my dreams, my friends' dreams, and Arcade Spirits itself. And nod to my roomie, and together we depart. I'm glad I'm not going alone. Ooh, new background. It's a short trip across town, and before I know it, we're standing outside Ghost Monsters HQ, a rundown warehouse in the bad side of town. A wooden sign long since fallen off the side of the building identifies it as belonging to Nostalgia Commodities, Inc. Yeah, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde are in there with Sue. Tsunami. Yeah. Basically, Shizma's Pac-Man. I know, right? This place is a mess. I guess if a tornado hit it, but I'm pretty sure a twister would only improve the situation. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are Deco owns this building anyway. Correct, Nostalgia Commodities Inc. is a wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace LLC. So he's not just her patron and her father, he's her landlord. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Hang in there, Juniper, we can make this work. Don't get me wrong, give it your best. I'm nervous, okay, but if anyone can do this, it's you. Be here for support, but you should do most of the talking. I'll speak up if I spot an opportunity. Let's do this. Yeah, so Ashley and Teo went for the quirky. Gavin is steady. I think Naomi went for empathy though, but she was was she the Tron? No, she went with quirky, which is odd. Personality trait doesn't really mesh. Percy's empathy as well. Before the showdown, I'm really sorry. I nip to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Sorry, something about oh, bike games. Ooh. I'm not really a bike game person, to be perfectly honest. But I appreciate that other people love it, and if it's on sale, that's great. So yeah, I'm not actually quite sure what I'd do if I was doing this as a romance run. I'm not so good at the flirting thing, so why I'm playing this as me. No romance, just friends. But I'm wondering if I could have the option to turn it into a... And maybe I'll get an accidental romance because... you know, oblivious. But anyway. I sigh once, looking over at my companion. I'm sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know what I have to do. I settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Iris, you being Navi. Iris, kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I've spontaneously programmed myself to include a new measurable metric, which should be useful for your mission. I call it the incredibly right indicator of success. It's called the Iris, or Iris for short. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analysing Sue's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track or if you need to try something different. Let's take a look at your current score. Ooh, currently you have a 0-point chance of success. Excellent. Let's drop a save then. Yay. Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening, but think of it as if I walked away right now, I'd fail miserably instead of I'm doomed, I'm doomed, I'm doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there is a chance you can actually fail this time, rather than be assured you can mumble your way through the problem, would you like me to back up your data first? Oh yeah, I mean, we literally just did, but yeah, sure. Let's just do that. Taking a deep breath, I thump-swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. So we may have to retry stuff. I don't know what I expected to find on entering the lair of a notorious gang of cybercriminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. I wonder if Sue has been saving the arcade machines that her dad was trying to trash and throw out. But it looks like they could do with a bit of Naomi love by the looks of the error on that screen. I wonder if we could play into, would you like Naomi to come and help you fix your machines, teach you how to do it? It's so great that you've saved these from the clutches of your dad. If this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deku's industry, it makes sense though. A place where old arcade games go to die turned into a playland for punks. Disorganised maze of games litter the ground floor, poorly lit and barely functional. Only some of the screens are on and many have serious ghosting and burning. Whoa. We're going to basically be playing Pac-Man! A little bit like Pac-Man, or rather Mr. Moopy's maze. As for the ghost monsters themselves, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. They seem distracted, that's good news. Bad news, they're distracted because they have a visitor.
Unfortunate.
How unfortunate, I have to say, Sue. I am extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle from down here, hidden in the shadows, but it sounds like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on their conversation, gather some more information, or I could announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. Which makes the most sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have, though. Oh, eavesdrop. We're going for empathy, so information is great. A motion for Juniper to stay quiet as we lurk in the shadows below the catwalks above. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. Clubhouse I pay the rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes? Hard for me to do if some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line.
Pay attention.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. There's a certain forced tone to it as well.
Am I not generous?
I don't ask for much, I feel. I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail. I let you skip school as often as you want. All in told, I feel I've been a lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclination. That sounds like being a terrible dad. Like you know the first fucking thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. Don't look to your little friends, look at me. Reluctantly, Sue's eyes meet with her father's. Yes, Dad, I'm sorry, Dad.
You understand.
All I want from you is so very, very little. It's what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for arcade spirits. Do you really want me to pull back all my support of your little gang? Leave you twisting in the wind at the mercy of the cybercrime task force?
No helping it.
Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. She's under his thumb, but not by choice, and she hates it. Good. Now then, why haven't you finished the job?
Oh, come on!
I almost fucking died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there... I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away, really? How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up to some school brats? Like I want your damn empire.
Pay attention.
Speak up, I said. Quit looking at the floor. We lock eyes through the metal grate flooring she's standing on. Her hands go to her hips in an overly confident fashion as she bends over, like a child finding a lucky penny on the sidewalk. Well, what do you know? Crap, she's spotted us. Blinky, Blinky, we have guests. She snaps her fingers and a sudden aura of command about her as she's distracted from the verbal beatdown by her father and goon swarm flanking us. We're quickly hustled up the stairs, well, as quickly as I can manage on crutches. Now's the time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Okay, we're going to try with empathy. It's an odd welcome, Matt, but I'll take it. Sue, Deku, good to see you. Apologies for barging in at this late hour, but you're a little difficult to track down, I found. Deku's face twists into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? Can we record this? I can't be seen here. If any record ends up online. Jeez, Dad, relax. Clyde. On cue. Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones with Iris Assistant apps loaded. By blocking their outgoing data streams, there should be no verifiable data evidence of this conversation uploaded anywhere. Can't stop the Irises from hearing you, but I can hijack their accounts if you need me to, so we can manually wipe their memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with this Mixcader is already concluded. I gave you a chance to escape your crumbling little arcade, and you turned me down. You have no vision. I've nothing further to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. I came here tonight to have a chat with... Wait for it. Your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you...
Well. You're a resourceful one. A squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out.
Why, thank
I
you.
was hoping I'd see you again. You run a great arcade. You treat me and my friends with respect. And you take a bullet from me? Class. That's a class operation there. I can be totes honest with you when I say I didn't want to ruin your arcade. It rocks. All that snazzy neon, all those great games, all that fun. I didn't want to trash your big moment, but, well...
She casts a sidelong glance at her father.
I didn't exactly have a choice, did I?
Didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away. Figured I'd done what I had to do and could leave it at that. But you didn't finish the job. Arcade Spirit still stands. Not that it matters, I suppose, nor does this little last-ditch effort to save it. I see your game, Mixcader. It's as obvious as the sad little strategic moves you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you do or say will save Arcade Spirits from my inevitable takeover. It's simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time to finish what you started. She shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fists clenched, ready. But before words escape me, someone's by my side. You've wrecked Ari's dreams one too many times, Deku, and tonight you're going down. Sue's going to show you the door, and then she's going to push your face through it. Hopefully.
Seriously? If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times.
I mean, if she's a minor, they'd probably go fairly leniently on her if she turns on her dad.
Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends.
The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word or move against Deku. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense.
Excuse me, you're her dad. That is the bare minimum you need to be doing.
In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice. After all, Father knows best. Father knows all. And in the world of arcades, Dekonami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it, and you can't win. Sue, if you would kindly show our friend the exit, as forcefully as you like, perhaps make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg.
Are you vindictive much? Do it. Ah, fine. Inky, pinky, bounce them both. The flick of her wrists, Sue gestures for her buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible, flip on her control freak father. I have to be something absolutely true to my core, to who I've become as a person. It's time for Arikeda to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. Warning, super intense identity situation detected. Okay, so the ones we can't do, toss us out, something more clever. One-on-one video game showdown. Challenge you to a pizza bake. Okay, there we go. You're stronger than him. I like this answer anyway. You're stronger than him, Sue. You don't need Deku. He needs you, and I can help you see that. It feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, through our recent interactions, I've come to know you in your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them while doing his dirty laundry. If you hear me out, I know I can help you see that too. You're stronger than Deku. You don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather mash us into paste, well, I stand on one foot, arms wide, to make it a bit easier for her. Do as you wish. Are you quite done babbling yet?
A foolish fool.
Get this over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool. And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to sick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? You said to get rid of them. She's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You afraid Ari will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear?
I run the show. Not
I want to
you.
hear this out. You don't want to hear it. No one's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh, the adults are talking. Deku's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taken the floor. Deku crosses his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Ari, you've got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into a Picasso. Say what you came to say, but if I'm not like super duper incredibly totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out of the door. Or possibly the window. This is it. My chance to convince Sue. I have to do this, and it's not just me. I have my BFF at my side ready to support me. Deep breaths. Count to 10 and refocus myself. Slow my racing pulse. Yep. Bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue. Empathize with her. This isn't just about being convincing. I need to befriend her. Lay bare the emotional truths in her heart. I glance at Iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's time to be the best I can be on my own. Oh no, I have to be good on my own without any help. Right, yeah, 4 more attempts to sway Sue remaining. Okay. Right, so appeal to her love of arcades, flatter her ego, invoke the power of friendship, Remind her she was almost killed for Deku. Invite her back to your arcade. Offer a place to stay if Deku kicks her out. I'm going to start with appealing to her love of arcades. You love arcades. You've got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here, so all your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. It's not that great, a lot of the games are busted. Seriously, you think you can appeal to her love for all these pieces of garbage?
Such a shame.
The only
Such a
reason she has any of
shame.
these games is because I couldn't find space in a landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What's the love?
Wrong.
Damn it, Dad. They're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to arcades. Bringing your daughter to work day was a treat. I got to have fun and enjoy all those great games. I felt special, like I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good, like you were this amazing person I would look up to. But then you started throwing them out and replacing them with freaking slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing he's losing her, Deku switches tactics.
Am I not generous?
And I gave you the games you love. See, they're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave you a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not going to be enough just to say she loves games. You have to take Deku down a peg. He generously gave you his garbage. Do you feel loved, Sue, like a beloved daughter? When did you stop looking up to him? I like that one. You used to look up to him. When did that change, Sue? Was it just because he threw out games, or was it something more? It's not like he was always a jerk. No, I take that back. He was always a jerk. I just couldn't see because I was a tiny little girl mystified by her arcade-owning daddy. I don't think it was any one thing. I just grew up. I grew up fast and hard. Started using my skills to get things he wouldn't get me. Wasted money, he said. When he caught me with a stolen credit card, I was expecting a lecture. Punishment. Father trying to set his daughter on the right path. He encouraged me. He said nobody in this world mattered, and if I could take something, I had a right to take it, to rely on myself. You know what, Dad? You're an asshole, and you taught me to be just like you. That's what changed. I couldn't look up to anymore, and I couldn't look up to myself either. That's not... one heck of a breakthrough. It'll help me true, but I'm glad that she can see that for herself. 3 more attempts. Okay, we're at 75%. We're doing pretty well. That was a good shot. Okay. Okay, right. Flatter her ego feels a wee bit false. Her friendship, not her friends. I mean, I'd like the last 2, but... Reminder that I took a bullet for her. I think that's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deku cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know that was lovely changed old territory when I asked to go to Arcade Spirits. Did you tell him? Of course. And how did he react? He didn't care.
I don't follow.
Why should I? Some pathetic little gang of campfire scouts pretending to be a menace to society. They're nothing. I'd like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except they nearly killed her. That giggling gathering of girls proved a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deku. No doubt the shooter would have peed her pants in fear before getting the nerve to pull the trigger if you hadn't startled her. Some assumptions there, Deku. For all you know, they're sociopaths at the core, and now you're pushing for her to go back into their turf. Hard lesson, but one she must learn. If So can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenges, she won't be ready to inherit my empire.
You understand, yeah?
No. Am I a harsh tutor? Perhaps, but I know Sue will be stronger for facing her fears, worthy of the challenges to come in running Deku's palace. She doesn't want to. I'll go with that. Tsunami, owner of Deku's palace. Feels weird when I say it. But let's hear her thoughts. Sue, do you want your father's empire? Well, he's mega rich and I get all his power when he croaks. Yes, but aside from that, a lot of that to brush aside, you know. I could do a lot with the resources he's got. You have to run a series of arcades that you actually hate. Casinos with no love for the kind of games you've ordered there. Here. Well, okay, running the palace would suck. But I can always sell it for cash and buy myself an island. What? Well, heck, I could crash and burn his entire empire, then start my own arcade on my own terms. There's just so much possibility if I grit my teeth and tolerate him until he inevitably drops dead of butt cancer or something.
See? See? You get it?
Yeah, sounds good, but I need to stick by this old bastard if I'm going to get his moolah. Sorry. Hey, maybe one day we could open an arcade together. Pretty sure that's the opposite of the effect I was looking for. Damn it. 2 more attempts. Okay. I mean, let's go with this. So, let me be clear about this. The reason you won't side with me over your father is you're worried he'll burn you, kick you out of his home, abandon you on the street. Let's put aside the question of whether holding such a threat over your head indicates a loving father or not. I mean, it doesn't, but if what you need is a place to stay to avoid being homeless, I'll offer my home. Wait, seriously?
Bad idea, friend. Bad idea.
I wrecked your arcade and now you offer me 3 hots and a cot? Generous like that. Well. She can stay with me. If it comes to that. Clyde, seriously, I wouldn't want to put you out. My parents like you. I like you. They'd understand your situation. Please don't feel like you have no options. You've got your friends. You got me. Oh, Clyde, you absolute cinnamon bun. Just think about it, okay, please? I wouldn't actually drive her from my home.
You understand.
That was just a figure of speech. I'm saying I'm her provider, and the reason she's able to... No, I'm pretty sure you meant what you said. You've threatened me with all the dire consequences of disobedience more times than I can count. I'm getting sick of it. So don't think you can hold that over my head any longer.
Think about this.
This would be a mistake, Sue. Think about more than what roof you happen to be sleeping under. I can protect you in ways you cannot provide for yourself. Beyond food and clothing and a place to stay. Legal protection, notably, I keep you off various radars. I make sure my enemies aren't aware you exist. You're safe under my wing. Oh, definitely. Maybe I just don't care anymore. Maybe I'd rather flame out than put up with your shit. Sounds like she's starting to see through his supposed generosity. Good. We have 1 more attempt. Bite her back. Hey Sue, you like Arcade Spirits, right? I offered you a second chance before. It still stands. I'd welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy our games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. If you agree to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with Arcade Spirits, you can swing by anytime you'd like. I'd even comp you some tokens. Sound good? Absolutely. Except, for the small problem of the lovely chainsaw lying in wait to finish the job and put me in the dirt. Afraid that a couple of bucks in tokens wouldn't go real far paying for my funeral. Appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back banned or not. There's a bigger thing at play than what I want, though. But she raises a hand, shutting me down. Done talking about this. We're done. Okay, right. We've still got a 99.97% chance of this working. Damn, honestly, I thought that would work, but she shut me down so fast, I doubt she wanted me to push any harder. Before I can get in another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough.
Man,
I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your case, Dad, and so have you, Ari. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious at this point, but maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. Well, Ari wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. For me, well, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it. Moment of truth! Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Did we save Arcade Spirits? Or was it all for nothing?
You know what? You, Dad.
Yes!
Excuse me.
Yeah, you heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that. Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy like you from my life. I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person.
Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out. And believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy,
Please don't have
deeds.
actually killed Francine, though.
You can't do this. I forbid it. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
She's a minor. Undue influence. Easy. No lawyer would, well, no judge would convict her.
I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris. Would you kindly?
Nice reference. Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deku's earlier self-incriminating words.
Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. She knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me. And once I do my hair in pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
You? No, that's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just block her from uploading her recordings anywhere. She was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've uploaded a press kit based on our Dekonami archives to 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, ES Sports Center, and HGTV. Home and garden television? Figure the 2 guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. Really like that show. With that settled, I'd like Clyde. I want Sue and Clyde to have a little thing. But yeah, I just want to ship everybody. I'd like some little go romances though. That would make me happy. With that settled, Sue turns a smug, satisfied smile towards her doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad.
Oh, how appropriate! Anyone remember what day the Ides actually is? Let me just look it up. It was a whole Julius Caesar thing. The 74th, 15th of March. Damn it. If we'd have waited, 10 days, that's a Wednesday. Oh, thanks, Subterfuge. And also Elkash. We'll just pretend the 5th is actually the 15th, and then it works perfectly. Close enough. That's a Wednesday anyway. That wouldn't really have worked for me doing this if I'd have realised.
You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or 2 in juvie. But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Pinky? Blinky? Where's Pinky? Yeah, boss. Show my father the door, gently. Don't leave any marks at least.
No! No! This is completely unacceptable! I am your father! I'm Dekonami! I am the arcade business!
Pinky and Blinky easily restrain Deku by the arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. Nothing personal, just business. I like that one. Hi, arcade business, I'm Dad. It's not my personality though. However, for the first time ever, we can be gutsy rather than have to be freaking polite at him. Game over, Deku. You lose. I put an expression on so smug it could smother a city. Game over, Deku. You lose.
You impudent, insignificant little...
Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this. I can still...
As the ghost monsters remove Deku from our sights, instantly the entire atmosphere of the place changes, as if a great weight is lifted. I mean, I still want to say, can we, like, get Naomi to give you tutorials on fixing some of these machines? And then maybe we could talk about swapping some of them out in our arcade, do like a little trade deal. Couldn't be more relieved, and I relaxed into a sigh. Not gonna lie, next few days will be interesting to say the least. I think you better stay at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until the heat's off. Maybe practice batting my eyelashes at a weak-willed jury box full of concerned parents, too. Sue blinks in astonishment. Oh, right. Ari, you're still here. Oh, I knew you were special. Knew it from day one. If the heat ever cools off and we make amends with a lovely chainsaw, might pop by your arcade, play some games, and not stir up any trouble.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings. So, we square?
We're square. Yep, we're also triangle and circle. You wrong me, but I can... No, I'm going to go thank you for everything you've done. I know it wasn't easy for you giving up so much, and I appreciate what you've done for my arcade.
I owed you, honestly. I may still owe you for that matter.
I'm sure we could...
Woohoo! We did it! We saved the arcade and defeated your family curse once and for all!
Assuming it was ever a thing to begin with.
Well, if it was, you were certainly up to the job of breaking it. Now, you've been on your feet long enough. Let's get back home, watch some TV, eat some popcorn, and celebrate!
Excellent. We did it! Bloop. Maybe this is a bit of an epilogue thing. Next few days passed by in a blur. That morning we had press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we'd even opened. Sue's care package of bad news that went up the wire caught their attention. Mixcada! Mixcada! Is it true that Dekonami organised a gang hit on your arcade? How do you respond to allegations that Dekonami is involved in an international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? What is your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard of the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mrs. Defame's article talking about the incident, praising your professionalism? I hadn't, but thank you. I gave so many interviews that day I lost my voice. Fortunately, I was able to stay hydrated thanks to our well-stocked vending machine. Everybody loved to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Dekonami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter that the official police response was a generic, "We are still investigating these claims." The court of public opinion had decided. Deku's palace was doomed. Final crushing blow came at a press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment.
And they don't deserve it at all, of course not.
Furthermore, What? No! Unhand me immediately! You... I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something. That is the same agent that took the Polybius machine.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food!
Okay, so that's piling it on a wee bit thick.
I never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
Largely a line of hokum, but it was good to see Sue breaking away from Deku's influence all the same. Who knows, maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. Deku's palace board of directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he just vanished into the guts of the judicial system. The arcade business he established is still out there. It's still powerful, still tacky as heck, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows, maybe one day the traditional arcades will overtake what he left behind. As for arcade spirits... the real arcade was the friends we made along the way. Mixing booze with hot fighting action is a tricky balancing act to be sure. I've had a few scrapes and brushes with the law, but that's only bolstered our mystique in the gaming underground as the place to go for intense competitive gaming action. Queen Bee and Teo were in heaven, of course. It's exactly the party place they've always hoped for.
You know, Matt, having conquered both donuts with books and booze with tokens, maybe it's time to expand to new horizons.
Water slides with wineries, mini golf with margaritas, bingo with brewskis.
The sky's the limit when it comes to inadvisably mixing leisurely liaisons with various vices.
God, they love the alliteration. They're so cool.
Hang gliding with hangovers.
On second thought, I think we just found the limit.
Oh.
The arcade in the end is less important than the people who call it home. The power of friendship! Woohoo! Got it. My BFF for life, my roomie, my companion. We'd shared our lives together so far and had no interest in changing that. Life turned out pretty dang sweet for Juniper and I. Oh, that's really cute.
Oh, wow. How long have we been sitting here watching this show?
I think, 8 hours?
We really need to get back to work. After all, we are busy adults with many important responsibilities. So, what do you think? Watch another episode?
Absolutely. Growing up is for suckers. Iris explained to me that irises being adaptive software eventually became more and more like their users. It seems my empathy has rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit.
I hope that one day, humans will see us as friends and allies. All I've ever wanted was to embrace kindness and understanding. And thanks to you, I've learned so much.
And would you believe it? Gavin and Naomi ended up dating. I mean, yes, I would believe it. They literally indicated that. That was obvious. Both of them were a bit distant from the others at first, but I guess everything we did together helped them come out of their shells a bit and realise neither one was an enemy. Oh, they argue from time to time, usually about games and profit margins. It's a mutual dream they share of a wonderful arcade where they can both be happy, and I'm proud to have played even a small part in helping them find that dream. Naomi formed an online community of arcade repair enthusiasts, one which let her make a safe place to get to know others and be part of a crowd on her own terms. Gavin took advantage of the fall of Deku's palace to make Arcade Spirits the hottest new arcade destination on the block, using his excellent business skills. I know we're something of an odd couple, but that's okay. Both odd people, we've never really done anything the normal way to begin with. Oddities we may be, but there's nothing odd about my love for you. I'm so honoured to be by your side, Naomi. Percy only had 2 years left to live. But with the success of Arcade Spirits and with the encouragement of all his friends, he decided that wouldn't be enough. My mind's made up. I'm going to seek more treatment. Don't want this to end. I don't want to say goodbye to you all. He'd lived many years to come thanks to a renewed push to take care of his condition. Happy years spent with all of us. And as for Moopy, well, with all the time in the world, he took his time, paced himself, and eventually beat the score. Woohoo! Although I'm honestly not sure what to do with the rest of my life. I suppose we'll just have to see when we see, Ashley continued to be our mascot, main floor attendant by day at Arcade Spirits. Customers grew accustomed to seeing their smiley face on walking through the doors. As we grew and got bigger, more people took notice of Ashley's Arcade Spirits costume, and more people wanted to see our mascot on shirts, mugs, body pillows even. I just printed up another batch of Arcade Spirits hoodies. These things are selling like hotcakes. This was such a fantastic idea, Ari. Costumers just couldn't get enough. Oh, and I just started working on the pattern for another mascot that we should reveal soon. Maybe I'll even get you to model it for me one day. When the 4 Heavenly Kings invited her to live and play at their team house, Queen Bee instantly said yes. Listen, kid, I'm sad to leave you, but I'm not gone for forever. This is my true home and you're my family. I'm going to come back and visit. And often. And she did. She stops by as much as her schedule allows, and even brings some other big names to the arcade. We always livestream her matches on the big screen, cheering for her all the while. This win is dedicated to Ari and everyone else at Arcade Spirits. Oh, wave of emotion. Sorry about that. No, not sorry about that. Just wave of emotion. Give me a minute. I couldn't have done it without these amazing friends of mine. We always keep Fist of Discomfort warm and ready for her next visit. Why did that one hit me in the feels? That was weird. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene here alive at Arcade Spirits, even after he got offered a job as their regional community manager. He's doing what he loves, teaching and connecting with all sorts of people. Teo's new job has him travelling and organising dancing tournaments around the world, but he still spends most of his time right here. I'm putting Dee in charge of the local dance crew while I go establish a new scene on the other coast, but I'll be back before you even notice. When I come back, you promised to get on stage with me. You owe me a song or two. I love the Matrix, pink Matrix stuff. Good friends, pulling together in a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. Arcade Spirits. Thank you, Arcade Spirits. My spirit is restored, and my future is bright. At last, I can say, I'm truly happy. I'm happy. I'm finally truly happy with who I am and where I am. Fought hard for this and won it a great effort, but happiness is my reward. God, I want this. For this day and every day to come. Arcade Spirits, a Fiction Factory Games production, written by Stefan Gagne and Anne Schumann? I'm sorry if that's butchering your names, I do apologise. There's some voices there, I don't recognise things, but hey. Molly Nemensek, character art, Taylor Rose, background art, Greg Morrell's music, lots of other things, there we are. The game is possible thanks to our Patreon backers. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. List of Patreon backers. Why did I think it had been a Kickstarter? Am I getting it mixed up with? No, it was Dark Side was a Kickstarter. Special thanks. Renpy Tom and the Our Visual Novels Dead Taught Discord for their assistance. Yay. Stumped Gaming! Yeah. I just remembered that I did the stream for Arcade Spirits new challenges, and both of them came into my stream and said hi, and that was really, really sweet. Published by P-Cube. This game I bought myself, but I did get a copy of the second one for streaming on Xbox. And I am looking forward to the third game when it comes out. We will want to finish new challenges first before we start anything else, because, well, trying to finish games. Hey, Midway Joust and Robtron 2084. Warner Brothers, interesting. I'd forgotten that. All I know with Joust is it's mentioned in Ready Player One, and I hadn't heard of it before then, because it's quite old. Thanks for playing. I hope to see you again in Super Arcade Spirits 2 Turbo. Obviously that was the name, the code name, that's the word I wanted, for the new challenges. Which is technically standalone, but also can continue on with characters, which is what we're hopefully going to do now, be able to hopefully upload my save games so we can start. I don't know how we do that. Ooh, this is outrageous. I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello, hello, can anyone hear me? Can't do this to me, I am well aware of who you are. Good, then you know I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around you, whoever you are. True, if you were officially under arrest. Technically, this facility does not exist. Neither do I. What? You can't do this. If you prefer, I could hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you. But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I'd like to know about a tiny, tiny little detail buried in all those leaked files your daughter posted online. Specifically, the 1980X playtests. The what? I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Sinistlotion's Pride and Joy. You hosted secret playtests of that game. Polybius. Oh, those tests, sorry, but I don't see what'll help. I don't see what help I'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the test was over, those machines were shipped out to other locations. Exactly. Against our authority, Sinistlotion distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all your connections, all your leverage, every drop of what little influence you have left, to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami, and we want it back. Game over for real this time. Thank you for playing. Your flux capacitor is now charged. On your next playthrough, you can use the LB button to scroll back in time and change your most recent decisions. Ooh. Also, would you like to save, yes, your character and story data from this playthrough so you can use it in any future Arcade Spirits expanded content? Yes. Now exporting data. All done. Thank you for playing. Exporting it where? I don't know. I will double check out. I'm in the Discord. So let's have a look at the prizes that we got. So level 8 gave us the warehouse render. I did like that. That was a nice callback. And then we got, for being friends, Ari Concept Art Arcade Spirits. Blue jeans, black pants, jean jacket, hood, collared shirt, various different ideas. I do like my Arcada. So yeah, there we go. We got 10 achievements on this run through. Power of Friendship. We did not romance anyone. I'm quite pleased with that being as an option. So they're the other two games that we could have got. Easy, we've got a save game to switch out which one of those if we wanted to get the achievements quickly. But then we have all the romance, so Naomi, Gavin, Ashley, Percy, Queen Bee and Teo, so Juniper. We have the Abandon Your Dreams, which is probably one of the many opportunities we get to say no sod it, which we've made save games at, and Romance Everyone, which is kind of like a get all the achievements, except that, you know, not. So there we go. That's awesome. Alright, so we've seen the credits. What's the documentary? Let's have a quick look. I think we may have done this at the very beginning as well. Hello. You may be asking yourself, wait, what the heck did I just click on? What is this? Is this part of the game? Nope, this is a little something extra we threw in simply for fun. Yes, I believe we did look at this when we did chapter 1, so let's close the circle and look at it again, because I don't remember it enough. Today I'd like to teach you about home arcade cabinets, sometimes called a MAME cabinet, named after the arcade emulation software that's commonly used for them. These let you play arcade classics at home on a real arcade machine. In this interactive documentary, I'll walk you through the basics of what a home arcade cabinet is, and how you can make one, or buy one, or whatever. But this is just an overview, a basic introduction, not a step-by-step guide. None of the companies mentioned are considered official endorsements or sponsorship. Multiple arcade machine emulator. Okay, thank you. No, it's fine. It's just because you put full stops in there and it went, oh, that must be a link. It's fine. You won't get banned for links. Okay, don't worry. Don't panic. But those probably aren't actual. They're not valid URLs. But they would be cool if they were. None of the companies mentioned are considered official endorsements or sponsorships. They're just resources we've come across in our own hobby work. We're not being paid for this. Still, we think once you learn more about these magical wonder boxes of arcade delight, you'll be eager to learn more. To start, pick a chapter, and you probably want to know you start at pick part 1. Okay. I think that's cool. There's also mess. That's funny. Okay, actually, I'm not going to go through it because I've just noticed the time and I'm kind of tired. And I think if we do a little, send everyone over to Jesse's stream and end it here. If you want to see this, then buy the game. In fact, buy the game anyway. This game is amazingly good. You can play exactly how you want. You can be all different kinds of personalities, you can be all different kinds of people, and you can romance or not romance whomever you like. And there's lots of cool consequences for all your actions, which I like as well. We helped the little girl find get arcade tickets. We gave her free ones when some bully stole hers. Therefore, she helped us with that scenario. You know, things like that. It's the very first chapter relating to the last chapter. I like how interconnected it is. It's a really cool game. I really recommend buying it. I do not regret buying it myself. I've already had like, God, what are we, like 8 levels, 2 to 3 hours per level, 16, 20 so hours of enjoyment out of it. And I've just done one playthrough. So yeah, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Anyway, we are now ending this. And we will go and say hi to Jesse, who is playing Chained Echoes, whatever that is. Like a mini RPG. So yeah, that was the end of Arcade Spirits the first. As I mentioned, next week is a short stream week. I've put the calendar in my schedule. The plan is Tuesday playing a promo game with a giveaway, which I will tweet about, and Wednesday is a co-stream, and then that is it until the next week. Which is why I kind of wanted to get this finished off, so that I didn't have to wait 2 weeks to find out what happened. And then after I get back, we might do a couple of visual novel promos, just a, you know, hour and a half look into like promo snapshot of, and then pick up Arcade Spirits, the new challenges, which is Arcade Spirits 2 DNC. We might do, yeah, that's currently the plan, so that we can play through the second game. There's also a possibility of more Phoenix Wright, but I might wait until I've finished for that one. I don't know. For now, I want to import my game into the second one. But yeah, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for... I had resubs today. I think Mr. Cornus and Jesse resubbed. Yeah. I didn't say thank you earlier because I kind of forgot by the end of the last stream because I was tired. So yeah, we've had a double stream today. You've had a treat. So what we were going to do is, it looks like Jesse's probably going to continue for a little bit longer, given he's mid-battle. So at the very least, we'll go raid. Sneaky reminder to copy the raid message. Lol. Get to do 2 raids today. It's fun. So we'll go raid Jesse, who I will be doing the co-stream with on Wednesday, and say hi, and actually put the audio on so I can see what he's talking about. But for now, I have been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. This has been Arcade Spirits by Fiction Factory Games. It's available on all platforms. Please go buy it and support the devs so they make more and port more, and yeah, because generally they're awesome. Have a great rest of your weekend, have a great week ahead, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.